We're here today, we're just going to talk about one of the great players from Workington, Ian Wright, and he's going to be inducted into the Workington in Town's Hall of Fame. Ian played for Workington Town from 1966 to 1979. He played 302 games. He scored 168 tries and one goal for 503 points. I've got Paul Charlton with me here today. We're just going to have a chat about Ian's playing career. Paul, Ian was a top try scorer for 18 to 13 seasons that he played. So it would have been great having a player who could score tries and a great finisher in the team.
Oh, he was a great finisher in the team. Ian was a guy that was on the end of the finishing. As you can see, he scored 168 or 170 tries in his career, which proves that he was good at it as well. A guy that you give him the ball, and once he got in the clear, that was it, mate. He just, nobody's going to get to him. He's just so fast, so quick, so skillful, and it just proves how good he was with the amount of tries he scored.
There was only one player that actually scored more tries, and that was the great Ike Southwoods. Now,
Okay.
Did you see, is there any similarity between them?
Well, yes. First of all, Ian he played centre, and Ike actually played on the wing. Ike was also another finisher. But in characters, I thought Ian was a bit more, if you want to put it straight-laced, he was a bit more serious, where Ike was the larrikin sort of a guy. He made light-hearted of everything he did in life, and he was a guy that you just loved, you know, just to have on your side. And that also goes for Ian as well. He was the sort of guy you could count on to score tries for you, and he did that, as you can see.
Paul, you came back to the club in 1977, and you took over as player coach.
Yep.
Now that was the start of a good reign for you. So, but just tell us about that team of 1977 when you first came there.
Well, I must give credit to Ike Southwood, who was there before me, because he was a coach before I arrived back at the club in 1970. It wasn't 1977, Gary, it was 1975. And I actually took over from Mike that particular year as player coach, but Ike had done all the spade work, and I just took over from him. And these guys, with me coming back to the club, something just clicked. They'd been groomed and got a lot of experience with playing for the last 3 or 4 years together, and I think I got the spoils on that one.
So just talking about experienced players, Ian was there. He would have been quite an experienced player.
Oh, of course, Gary. He was going well. I think he was on the verge of playing international football as well. I'm pretty sure about that. To be fair, he was as good as anybody running around. He just, maybe because we were stuck there up on the limb up in Cumbria, that he didn't get his opportunity earlier. I think he should have had, and he should have played for Great Britain quite a few times, which unfortunately didn't happen.
In 1977, you won the Lancashire
Yep.
Cup after being in it, or beaten the year before. But just tell us about that season of 1977 when you did win the Lancashire Cup and held the cup high.
Oh, that was. It had never been done. Working had never won a cup for. I think it was in the 1950s and early 60s that they won in the Challenge Cup. So it was a long spell between the two areas, and. To pick it up in 1977, the Lancashire Cup final, and to beat Wigan in the final was a great honour. Not only for me, for all the players that were involved. There was some good players in the side, and also the spectators and the directors as well. You know, the supporters, and they really enjoyed it. You know, we went. I do believe we went to the town hall on the Monday evening after that particular final. And the thousands of people that are outside the town hall, it was unbelievable. You know, and to the boys, give them the credit, they were playing against a good side. They were playing against Wigan, and I think Ian scored the first try, was it? I think he...
Tell us about that try.
I don't know who made the break. I don't know, it could have maybe Les Goalie or Peter Goalie, I'm not quite sure. maybe Eddie Bowman. I just haven't seen the recording of the final for a while, so I just can't remember that. But I remember Ian got on the outside of it, and that was it. You know, there was nobody going to catch him. He was so quick, and he gave us the lead that we needed, and I don't think we relinquished that lead.
There's been a lot of great players that have come through Workington Town, but just talking about centres, let's just, would it be right to say that Ian Wright and Eppie Gibson were the best two centres to ever play for Workington Town?
I would say that I wouldn't like to point fingers. There was a lot of good players. There was Eppie Gibson, Ian Wright as well, John O'Neill, Tony Paskins. You know, we're looking at some great players there, and I would think they're all up on par with each other. All great players that credited, and they were a credit to the club, and they all performed on the top circle. And guys that could win games for you, which has been proven out of sight. You know, because that's where all the strike force is out wide. You know, at that particular area of the game of rugby league. I mean, at the early stages, it's gone on a bit now. It's more structured now. But in that particular time, it was more, how can I put it, more off the cuff sort of stuff. And these players that I've just mentioned, they were on par with each other. So I couldn't really pick anybody. Maybe some of the supporters will disagree with me, but I just couldn't pick any particular player out. But they were all on par.
Well, Paul, here we are on the other side of the world, a long way away from working to this marvellous event that's going to be taking place soon. So what would you like to finish off with, just saying a few words to Ian?
Ian, just 12 months ago, I was inducted into the Workington Town Hall of Fame, and you know, what a great evening we had. You know, there was Mike Stevenson came up, Chris Hesketh, there was Boxer Walker, Spanky McFarlane, Billy Patterson, Harry Archer, John O'Neill. You know, quite a lot of the ex-players were there, and it was a great night had by all. And I'm sure everybody that's there tonight at that particular your particular function, they'll have the same sort of night that I had. You know, the chairman cracking jokes, which he took quite a few out at the players on that particular night. But Dave, don't do it to Ian, mate. So Ian, best of luck, mate. I'm 10,000 miles away, but you have a great night. Thanks a lot, buddy. Bye.